Hey guys, welcome to MB.Cryptocurrency. My name is Nima, and in this video we're going to talk about Bitcoin, the places of supply and demand zone that we can possibly look for to open a short and long position, and the scenarios that we have for it, and how you can adapt it to your strategy as well. And the other things that we're going to mention is some of the altcoins that have greater potential than Bitcoins. If the Bitcoin reaches to the demand zone, those altcoins tend to pump a little more, so we can open a long or short position to get a better risk to reward. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Watch this video till the end because I'm going to mention many things that you can use it on your strategy as well. So this video is going to be useful no matter what. And let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to mention is I'm going to explain one of the ways that we can use a trend-based fib extension, which is basically in this way, we're going to use it in a way that we use the ABCD pattern, which means we got to use the bottom before a rally and then the rally up, then the corrections. This is 3 dots. So usually the fib, you got to use only 2 places. This is a fib extension. You got to use 3 dots, A, B, C, and it shows us where's a potential trend reversal. As you can see on a weekly time frame, it showed us 30,000 can be an area of interest for the trend reversal, right? Also, you have to consider this kind of collide with this area of supply zone as well, and that's the reason that it dropped. You cannot really basically use this analysis by itself. You have to combine it with the price action as well. So let's now use this strategy to find where's the possible places that we can open a long position, because the place is dropping, where can be the trend reversal zone, at least in a 1 hour or 4 hour time frame, to open a long position. Let's go again, trend base. This is this is a fall. We got to put to the top, the bottom, the corrections, and it shows around 24,500 is the area of interest. Possibly can go a little below this, and then we can open a long position in this level. And as you can notice, right in here, we have a base candles in here that shows this area can possibly work as an area of demand zone. Let me make it green. Okay, this is the first way that we can find this place, but let's get more confirmation for it. Let's get more confirmation. On a weekly time frame, as you notice, this area, right? Some of the candles like close in this area, opens, they close and open. That shows this area is going to work possibly as a great area of support, because in this level work as a resistance, then it break out, the pullback, the people got to get into it as well to buy their long position again, because it's the basic of the price action. It's very old, people know about it. When the resistance level break, it turned to the support zone, excuse me. Now let's get into another analysis. Let's add more into it. Let's get more confirmation. Let's just think we don't know what price happened after this. We don't have this, we only have these area. Again, when the people use the price action, especially the patterns, when they see this top and little high highs and it drops, they're thinking about this is going to be shoulder, the head, and when the price is coming up around these areas, they can open a short position, right? So majority of a short position possibly liquidated around with this week, right? Because it made a high from this level. But some of the people might be still stuck in a loss. They're still holding the loss, and then when price coming back to this level, they gotta be as a break even. They wanna get out of the market without any loss. But also some of the people got into the market for their long position, so now they profit and they're thinking about, I could have made more money if I could add more into my position exactly at the same level. So they gotta add more into their position. So that's why I'm thinking that even in a 1 hour and a 4 hour time frame, we can get some long position in this demand zone. Maybe not in a daily or weekly time frame, because it's got to be a little bit weaker as well. And that's why I'm gonna mention the second level of demand zone. So let's just remove this. I'll add everything later in the chart so I can see it as well. The second thing I'm going to mention is this level, right at this level. So usually when people see these 2 green candles, right, they think that this level was a level of great demand. When the price coming back to this level again, the people's gotta start demanding as well and shoot the price up as well, right? But it didn't. It went back. So a lot of people got trapped in here. It went down. and even majority of them got liquidated. But when they have a pullback, a lot of people think, oh, this is area of resistance now, because it was support, now it is resistance, so they got to open a short position. So again, a lot of people going to be into a loss as well when we have a pump in here. They are still in a loss and kind of stuck in this level between 22,000 and 21,000. This is another way. So what can we see in this level that I pointed? As we can see some baseline in this candles in a 4 hours time frame, that I think this area would be even a stronger level of demand zone compared to this one, because it's a little further down away. The sellers are getting tired when they try to fight off the demand zone in here, and when the price reaching this level, I would expect a greater return from this level. Let me just turn on everything from here. Okay, these two levels that I pointed out, but also there's a possibility of pricing reaching down to this level 21,500, because sometimes they gotta be manipulation. So this is another place that I'm possibly going to add into my long position. So the couple scenarios that we have at the moment, if you want to buy, right, either you open this and open this, it's like a DCA, you open both and you going to be average around this here. And because this two area of going to be as a strong level of demand, we can expect we're gonna have a price pump up at least around this area between 27 to 28,000, and even if it reaches around 29,000, I'm looking into a short position as well. That was the first scenario. The second scenario is you want to be fully safe. You don't want to get into the first position because you want to be safe with your money. This is the second level that you can get into it, 22,500 roughly speaking, in order to open a long position. That's the second way you can do it. The third way you can do it is when the price reaching around 24,000, you don't want to open a long position into the Bitcoin, because you might think, oh, they might give me in a 1 hour and a 4 hour time frame in like a good long position, 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. But what you can do is we got to look into the altcoins that are in a major level of demand on a daily and a weekly time frame, and we can open a long position in that level, which I'm going to mention after that we go through everything on a Bitcoin. This is a possible scenario that I would encourage you guys to at least look into it, to have a watch list. I'm going to mention as well a couple of altcoins as well. By the way, nothing in this video is a financial advice. This is only technical analysis, what I see in the chart. I'm just going to give the reasoning as well. You're the one to decide if you want to open a position. So make sure be responsible with your trade, because we don't have any strategy that works 100%. We can do analysis, we can do our strategy, find the possible supply and demand zone, and we can basically open a position. There's another position places that if it gets to it, I'm not sure if it does, but if it does 34,000, I heavily getting to the short position in here, because this is a very strong level of supply. I'm getting to it with as much as I could with the risk that I can tolerate. This is a very stronger compared to the 29,700. So this is another level that I'm just gonna basically point out. Now let's get into the altcoins that I want to mention. Okay, now onto the list of the altcoins that I'm looking into open a long position when Bitcoin reaches either 22 or 24,000 demand zone. And the lists are the OMG USDT. The first one that I'm going to start with is the first. When I look at the chart, I can see the certain level of demand zone in this area, especially this area work as a support. It went up, it went down, then it just shadows up. This is a weekly time frame, and this we can see a couple of base candles in here as well. So we look, this area generally can work as an area of demand. The another way that I can looking as well, just see from this low till this low how much of a percentage drop we had, which is around 40%. And if you can have another drop, roughly speaking, how much of a drop we could have, it's around 40% again. And the analogy behind of it, the strategy, the understanding behind of it is the sellers getting tired after we reach an area of support. When we break this area of support, how much the sellers can push the price down, which is tend to give us around 40%. Sometimes it works greatly with this, especially when we compare with this area of demand zone. It works greatly. And even if I want to open a long position, I'll look to put my TP, the first one and the second TP, around these levels, right? Which if you open it up, this is 23%, this is around 50% as well. The second one that I'm looking to enter is the ape, which is the same analogy I use in here as well. From this bottom to this bottom, if it breaks below, how much lower it can get, around 15%, 14%. But also I use the fib extension again, from this high to this low and to this correction, to see if the price down, it can reach around certain level. But what if the price breaks below this 14-15%? The things that I suggest you to do is, if it breaks below this 15%, 14%, that means the sellers are still really strong, so I don't look to any buy position. So that's what I do. If I see if it breaks, because I usually tend to use a confirmation, and if you don't know how to use a confirmation to open a trade, I would highly suggest watch the YouTube video that I make to certain type of confirmation you can get into in a lower time frame, or whatever. You can trend line, you can use a Dungeon channel, the middle line, to get a confirmation to open a short or long position. So if you don't know it, just watch it. So I use the confirmation to get into a trade, but if I see if it breaks below this, I just disregard this coin. I look for another one to open a trade. The next one is RSR. Same analogy, I use it on here. It's around 20%. If it drops around 20% and Bitcoin reaches in the level of demand zone, I'll look to open a long position. The next one is the cake, the pancake swap. See, this one dropped 53%. If it dropped 53%, it's got to be around this level. And when I use the fib extension as well, let me delete this, from this high to this low and this correction, put it around here. This gives you a lot, general places that consider working with the 53% as well. So I can look into open, buy position around here. The another one is GTC. Same analogy, again, from this low to this low is 28%, 29%. I'll look into, again, around 28 to 29%. And I use the fib extension again. We had this massive drop to this bone correction, and see if it drops again, how much of a drop we could have, which is around this level, 0.989. The next one is APT. This one I use the supply and demand zone as well. I can see some base candle which is bounced the price up once. So I expect this area can work as an area of demand zone as well, especially when I use the fib, the fib extension from this high, low, and to this correction. See, it gives us the one to this level, and I put the box again from this low to this low, 20%, and from this to this 20%, which all collide to the same place. So again, use a confirmation to enter your position. The next one that I'm consider to open a trade is 1 inch, which again, from this low to this low, 29%. From this low to this low is 29%. If I put the fib extension from this high to this low and this correction, and it gives me the 1 as 0.276, this is the area that I'm looking into a buy position. If you like this video, make sure like and subscribe, guys. It gives us more energy to provide more contents, and I'm trying to make some new strategy, and I can provide it to you so it can help you in order to make money in this financial market, especially now we are in a bear market as well. Thank you.